There.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is enjoying their Friday morning. Yeah, Jacqui and I, I got to go this way. I don't know. Are you this way? Yes, Jacqui.
Wait, I told you it's like flip-flopped, so it's different.
Whatever. Jacqui and I were chatting right before we jumped on here about getting ready for schools next week and all the moms that are trying to get themselves organized and ready for a new fall schedule. And so, for all of you, hopefully you get to enjoy this maybe weekend before all of that starts. Or for some of you, you've already started school, but we are excited to chat with you this morning and have the opportunity to introduce you to one of our co hosts for our next online event. And I will do that in one moment, share this lovely lady with all of you. But before we get started with that, I wanted to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me or have not heard of Lisa Harris and Company and our Unveiled Beauty events. So, my name is Lisa Harris. I am an author, a storyteller, and a narrative coach. I'm also the founder and CEO of Lisa Harris and Company. And here at Lisa Harris and Company, we are a personal development and coaching business that connects, guides, and transforms women's lives through the power of storytelling. So we are all about storytelling and supporting women. And this specific online event series was created last year in 2020, like so many other online events. It was really created for women to have a space to connect, share, and comfort each other during everything that was going on in the world. And we've continued this event series this year, but this year we changed it up a little bit. We've invited many different women in our community and beyond the Twin Cities to lead really powerful discussions with you. And these topics that we shared throughout the year are topics that are at the root of many of the stories that women come to me to talk through. So we're excited to start off fall with this incredible group of women. And this fall, we start out with self love. So, next Thursday, September 9th, we invite all of you to join us, women specifically, from 7 to 9 p.m. for this online event. And we'll be talking about self love, affirmations, self beliefs, and forgiveness. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to one of our co hosts for that event. So, what I'm going to do is pass it over to Miss Jacqui Rae and have her tell you a little bit about herself and, a little bit about this topic and how it resonates with her. So please share with the audience about you, Jacqui.
Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, so my name is Jacqui. I am a Minnesota transplant. I grew up in Michigan. My husband is a football coach, so that brought us here about 4 years ago. I work as an entrepreneur. I own a jewelry line called Dumela Beads, which is what I like to call wearable affirmations. Dumela means I affirm you, I believe in you, and I see the great potential in you. And that has been a passion of mine since 2011. And more recently, after my husband's job took us here and took me away from a job I absolutely adored, I started to create my own coaching practice as well, working in personal development with women. It's through my Bloom coaching program. And then I also do some strategic business coaching one-on-one. And really, what I do within my Bloom coaching is what attracted me to this particular topic of self-love. We do a lot of self-awareness work, and I think that is kind of at the root of self-love, is like knowing who you are at your core. What are your greatest desires? What do you need? My audience is also, my clients are mostly moms, not all, but a lot of us are working moms or stay-at-home moms. And I think that is a group that does not always take the time that they should to focus on themselves. And I have learned in my work that honoring yourself with some personal development work, sometimes I feel like personal development has become more of like a cliche type of thing, but there is so much power to it. Being able to give yourself that time to just sit in your thoughts, explore the intricacies of your personality, explore your inner desires that you've maybe kind of put on the back burner for all the other things in your life that need your attention. And so that is something that I'm very passionate about, is helping women really explore all of these aspects of who they are and who they want to be, and giving them those tools to do little things each and every day to get them closer to that woman. Because whether you are working or whether you're a stay-at-home mom, like, there's a way for us to bloom, which is like the reason for the name, right?
Yeah.
It A lot of the coaching that I do is also focused on transitions. And so I live a life where, I had to embrace the bloom where you're planted mentality, right? Because our life can pluck us from place to place and put us somewhere new, and it's hard to put roots down. But it's also, having to learn to embrace that change.
Yeah.
And now I created Bloom because I feel like all of us go through a transition. We all go through life transitions, and they will never stop, right?
Yeah.
And I want everybody to look at them as not necessarily resisting change, because change is hard for so many of us, but giving us an opportunity to see it as just that, an opportunity. This is an opportunity for me to reinvent, figure out what I want out of this. And that's why I think self-love, self-awareness, all of these aspects are so important to just know what you want at your core, know what you need, and taking that time to do things like this, the work that you're doing with all of these women, is how women can do that.
Yeah. And I mean, exactly. I mean, self-love is at the core. It's at the heart of all of this. And especially for those women out there who are moms, or they
Mhm.
serve large communities, or, are wives. In order for us to give to others, we need to be
Mhm.
able to give to ourselves. And,
Yeah.
I had this event back in February. The timing was perfect because Valentine's Day. I
Mhm.
had a event called Self Love as well back in the beginning of the year. And because it's so important and it's at the root of everything, it made absolute sense to have it
Yep.
again in the fall, right?
Mhm.
We always talk about the new year, renewing ourselves, and then we get into February and it's about love. And sometimes we get so wrapped up in fall and the new schedules and the transitions, we forget it's also another great time for renewal, right?
Mhm.
And so I remember at our first event in February, we talked a lot about the word love, because for every person, love means something different. And
Right.
so, first understanding what love in general means to you, and then realizing self love is a derivative of love. So,
Mhm.
how you define love is also how you may relate to or see your own self love. And it's also an interesting place to start, is understanding what love means to you and what your
Yeah.
self love means to you. And
Mhm.
it's at the root of everything. So I'm so excited to have you share in this conversation. And one of the things that I also want our audience to know a little bit is, um, this event, we have four completely different women with completely
Yeah.
different professional experiences, personal experiences, and it's so extraordinary to bring different women together to talk about how they're caring for themselves, and also to see different perspectives on the same topic.
Yeah.
And I'm really thrilled to have these women come together and lead this discussion. It's going to be so exciting, but also for everyone out there to understand that this is a space for us to comfort and share. So Jacqui comes to us with a lot of experience and a lot of work in the personal development and the coaching space, right?
Mhm.
And that's going to be valuable in the conversation, number one. But number two, Jacqui is showing up as herself. And I think that's also powerful, that she can say, hey, I'm working on self love too, right? And
Mhm.
that's what
Every
I always
day.
do for my women. Like, I do narrative coaching, and it's such a beautiful, specific kind of coaching work that complements your work.
Right. Hmm.
But I'm practicing every day. I'm practicing on being a better version of myself.
Yeah.
And every day I'm tripping and making mistakes and picking myself
Yes.
back up. And so that's what I love about this event is that Jacqui has a wonderful opportunity to share what she's learned and how she's worked with women about self-love and also share herself. And that's
Hmm.
just beautiful. I love it. Oh, I'm so excited. So now I'm going to get a little crazy because I am really excited for this event. I
It's
love
going to be great.
watching these different women come together. And this is such a great topic. So,
Yes.
anything else you want to share about, this topic or anything the audience can kind of expect? Because I know you guys are behind the scenes, kind of creating the agenda and anything from that perspective. And also, why this event? We talked a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
Hmm.
The world is very busy. There's a lot of things going on with, the fall transitions and whatnot, and
Yes.
people have choices.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe your thoughts on a couple of those things.
Absolutely. Well, I am just one so grateful and honored that you've invited me to be a part of this. The women that I get to co-host with are amazing. We've been able to come together virtually several times to start planning what this will look like. They are experts in all of their areas and just really powerful, inspiring women. And so we've all been able to put our little stamp on this program, and it fell together so perfectly because we do have such different ideas and willing to contribute. So um, it's going to be a space for open and honest vulnerability, but not, again, another word that kind of gets thrown out there. And like, I don't believe in forced vulnerability, but I feel like you can create events in such a way that it just naturally fosters itself. And we do that through the types of exercises we've planned for us showing up ourselves and sharing our stories and being vulnerable. We, invite everybody that's there to do the same. I've discovered in my work with women that when you get in that space where you're comfortable to share and hear others that are like, oh my gosh, you're experiencing that too. Like, it's not just me. There's so much power in that. There is so much power in community. And, I live a life where like we don't always have that. So to be able to join communities like yours and meet other women, even if it's virtually, because I mean, we joked about people being maybe zoomed out, right? Because this
Right.
past year we were on Zoom a
Yeah.
lot, but we get to connect with so many more people that way. Like there's such a greater landscape to explore than just, our own little local backyard. So that is another thing I'm really excited about and why people should be a part of this event, because I love hearing other stories and perspectives,
Yeah.
knowing that I'm not alone in a lot of the things that I feel, which is why I think women should be doing work like this, or just even if you are scared to maybe necessarily contribute, being on and just listening is impactful, and learning, you'll take things away, no doubt, like things that you can do tomorrow that'll make things a little bit better for you, that will allow you to put yourself at the center of what you're doing, because your community, my community, is mostly women,
Yeah.
and we give a lot, and it's really easy to forget ourselves in that process. And so we self-love for a mom, for a working mom,
Mm.
is just that, the power of the pause, like
Yes.
giving. And I always talk about, like, I feel like our audiences want permission, they don't need it, but
Yes.
we give you that
Yeah.
permission to take a night for yourself. We do this later at night. Like, there's a reason most of my coaching is also in the evening, because it's like,
Yeah.
get the dinner done, get the kids to bed. If you can get them to bed earlier, get a little bit of help, and then take that time for yourself. Grab a glass of wine if you
Yeah.
want, and
Right.
sit here and join us, and like, let's chat,
Yeah.
and let's explore some new things. Let's give you some personal tools to take with you into tomorrow.
Yeah. I love it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just absolutely, I have been doing this now for 5 years, sharing space with women and having vulnerable conversations and opening up dialogue and exploring ourselves, growing and healing, all the words,
Yeah.
all the things. And every year, every month, when I get to meet new women and be in community and to learn to trust each other and share, it has filled my heart and it has
Yeah.
filled my soul. And I know that if it's happening for me, then it's happening for other women. And
Yeah.
so I personally am about to cry now, but I personally am very grateful for you, Jacqui. We are new friends, new
Yes.
sisters. And so
Yes.
I'm grateful for you for taking this chance and sharing and being a part of this community. And I'm so excited. I've heard so many great things about your coaching.
Thank
Very
you.
excited to have you as a part of this event. So thank you for spending time with us
Thank you.
today.
Yeah. Thank you
And
for having me.
oh, I'm so excited. So for everybody out there, just wanted to remind you again, our event is online, so it's for all women anywhere. We are based in the Twin Cities, but our co-host, Jacqui lives here now, but she comes from Michigan. We also have women from other parts of the country. And we invite you to join us on Thursday, September 9th from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And like Jacqui said earlier, it's not forced vulnerability, forced conversations. We want you to enjoy the space. It's a judgment-free space for you to explore yourself. And if you feel inclined to engage in dialogue, or if it's just you're in a moment where you just want to receive and, marinate on some of the information, that's a space for you as well. So we
Yep.
invite you to join us, and we really hope to see new women.
Yeah.
And anything else you have to add, Jacqui?
Just my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. I'm really excited to share with your community and just to get to know some more women.
I love it. Thank you so much, Jacqui. And thank you,
Yeah.
everybody. We will see you. Hopefully, we'll see you next Thursday.
Thanks, Lisa.
Bye.